Okay, so the reason that they parted ways with Adren in the first place was because after the 2019 Grand Slam run, everything was going sick. Then they started to fall apart. They lost in the quarters of the major, whatever, that they were supposed to win after the player break. Player break fucked everything up, whatever. Then they started to get worse. They lost their confidence throughout the rest of the year in 2019. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And then, of course, Corona, all this stuff. And then they part ways with Nitro, who he was, maybe lacking a bit frag-wise. Didn't seem like he was totally in it. And then they picked up Grim. But then they lost Adren and they lost Nitro, which means they lost their IGL and they lost Adren, who was a tactical leader. And I think the only criticism for Adren was that it didn't feel like he was an emotional leader of men, if that makes it, to use that phrase. Where when Adren, he looked kind of despondent when he'd sit beside them at big lands. It felt like he was just on a chair watching his friends play, but didn't really feel like he was a part of the team, helping them through tough moments emotionally. So from what I learned from talking to Stewie myself, he said that Adren helped a lot with their setups and stuff. And I know from Stewie that he can't listen to, strategies from someone or whatever, a coach that hasn't, played actively in CSGO, whatever. Moses has, by the way. Moses was a pro in CSGO as well. So it's not to say that about him. But the biggest difference here is that Adren's like actively playing kind of this whole time, plus was more recently a pro and, came on to fulfill this specific thing. But after a while, it felt like for Liquid that they had the basis to let go of some of their tactical pieces, whether it's their coach or their IGL, but they weren't really right about that. No, maybe Nitro was actually doing a lot more than it seemed like. And even though they upgraded with Grim in terms of firepower, they lost something there, and they lost something with Adren. And they picked up Moses as somebody who could be in a decorated former player that could bring the emotional leadership to the team. But of course, it's not like we really had a chance for this to go back to LAN or anything like that, so it's a little bit weird in that regard. But now they've picked up Fallen, and they're apparently bringing back Adren, probably to go back to that Grand Slam formula. That's what I assume for this situation. Now, I really don't believe that Moses didn't do exactly what he was hired to do, because he's probably, of all of the talent and everything like that, he's probably the most well put together, most stable, just like the most normal dude in terms of you can rely on him. He's got his shit together. He knows how to do things. He's a mature. He was a player. Like he would be a really. It makes sense for him to be a coach. Like it's like the exact right, I think, personality. So I doubt that he can't. Like he got let go of the team because he didn't fulfill what he was supposed to do. I think that probably Liquid just wanted to go back to more of like this, very heavy tactical style. But I'm very doubtful that Moses didn't do what he was supposed to do, because even and Stewie also said that that's what they felt like when they hired Moses. This is what they wanted to, was to get somebody who could be more of an emotional leader. So yeah, I think they're going to try to go back to the Grand Slam formula. And I've not heard anything bad about Adren from a tactical perspective. My only questions are him as a person who appears to not really be. It doesn't really appear to be invested in LAN matches and have that energy and whatever. But they have Stewie for that, and they have Fallen. They have enough energy on the team, I think. So maybe this will work for them again. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was somewhat mutual, or if there was just an open conversation about what they need. But I don't think Moses would have ever stood there and been like, no, I can do everything Adren would do, and like I can give you all the tactics and stuff. He probably doesn't even want to do that. It's not even something that that he wants to do. So that's my take on this. That's everything I know, basically. Oh my God, train out Ancient Inn. Wait, what? Holy shit! 1 gigabyte. Am I good? What?